Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem. Players, once the anthem is finished, if you could remain lined up for the umpires to shake your hands.
Welcome to the AFL Victoria Junior Metro Championships, sponsored by the National Sports Museum at the MCG. My name's Andy Paolacci and I'll be your co-commentator today. We welcome you here for this game. It's the grand final of the Under 15 Division 2 AFL Metro Junior Championships. As mentioned, my name's Andy Paolacci and joining me today is Tim Morgan. Tim, take us through the road to the grand final for both of the sides.
Yeah, both teams, as you'd expect, coming in good form. That's the reason they're in the grand final. The EFL with the one loss to the... Oh, no, sorry. I got that wrong. As you'd expect, undefeated, both teams on the run in. The Eastern Footy League have scored the more points. They've 328 across their 3 games, as opposed to 266 for Yarra. But I think we're going to be in for a fairly even contest on a pretty cold, windy, blustery day. And if I have a look out there, the camera isn't catching at the moment, but that's a seriously black cloud that's starting to come in over this game.
Yeah, it's hopefully that one just passes north of us and just passes us by. But we will remain to see whether that actually happens. Good to see as well, Tim, that the umpires are in the orange no clash Guernseys for today, as we're about to start the Under 15 Division 2 Metro Junior Championship Grand Final. Fantastic tap out there by the Eastern Football League ruckman there. His name, to my knowledge, is Urquhart. The ball is fed out there. Full hands from Braden Bird. He in turn finds Dorian. Dorian just arches the back, gets a high kick out there in the direction of Shortino, and he takes a great mark on the far wing of Shepley Oval. Kicks high and wide in the direction of his forward teammate. That looked to be Jackson Lowe. Players going tooth and nail at it. There's no one really winning a clean possession. It's a big pack of players. And going in again, it looks like it's Matthew Eaton. He eventually gets a quick kick out there, but no one's at home for the Eastern Football League. And the Yarra Junior Football League will clear. It's a bit of a running race. He'll be a 2-on-2 here. Leading in the race is Manuel. Manuel arches the back and kicks the great kick out to his forward teammate. That was a ripping effort there from Kurt Manuel. And he's found his teammate there in Lachlan Summers. Just arched the back, Tim, and got away from his opponent. Did really well there. Yeah, beautiful quick movement. Easy to move it quick and long and catch him unaware with that win. But he's going to come in now
Needs to start at left, but he's started it a bit too far to the left, Lachlan Summers. And he will get the first score of the grand final today. Yarra, 1 point lead. The Eastern Footy League yet to score.
So it'll be interesting to see, Tim, from last game how much the breeze did affect the way the teams played, and I'm sure a similar facet will ensue today. It's a bit of a contest here. No player really takes full possession of the ball. Jackson Lowe did pretty well there and eventually effected a tackle. The ball is kicked out there to the grandstand wing side, but it should beat all players.
Yeah, the ground's in really good nick, bar the sort of centre square, which is kind of what you expect anyway with cricket pitches and the like.
Yeah, definitely. We found that from the previous match of the Under-14 Division 2 Grand Final that they generally steer clear of it and use the wings between the arcs. So we'll see if that again plays out today. It's a great smother there from, it looked like Caulfield, but again, the kick comes out there. Oh, sorry, I should say it was Dylan Knight. Apologies. Makes its way to the centre square, but no player or no team is going to win out of this one, and a boundary throw in, a ball up will ensue.
Scrappy start, which is what you'd expect in a grand final. Neither team wanting to give an inch, but a kick comes out by the big fella. Lincoln Zhang, he got it forward, but it's all Eastern footy. He was legged, and now advantage. It was Cap who was legged, and it will be Federico. I hope he gets a bit of it. I'm going to enjoy calling that name. But he fed it back to Jack Alexander. Sorry. Mackenzie Dorian.
Oh! The poor goal umpire copped a falcon there, but it was a fantastic effort there from, it looked to have been Toby Wooler. The quick kick was put to the top of the goal square in a really dangerous position, and the ball just fell out the back. With that strong breeze, it hasn't been a surprise to see, and that was Toby Wooler that just went bang, World Cup style. Unfortunately, copped the goal umpire along the way, but it's a fantastic first goal, and it takes the Yarra Junior Football League to 1-7. The Eastern Football League are yet to score. Early stages in the first quarter, Tim.
Yeah, scrappy affair as we'd expect, and the goal, he's worn it well though. Hasn't gone down. He's still up and about the goal umpire as we restart play. Good to see the young umpires as well as the young players out there today. But the ball started going Yarra's way, but it's going to be rebounded here through Sarkison. He gets the hands across to Urquhart. They're going to bang it inside 50 into that breeze. The contest flies. Beats them all at the back. It's going to sit up though. Couldn't get a quick kick away. Was Eaton. He was wrapped up, and now the clearing ball. Good, well handled by Dylan Knight. Too far out to score, you'd think. So he would just bang it in long and say, someone have a crack at it. Oh, the front and centres came, but they were all Yarra. And the pressure is on Federico. I've called the right one this time. He was wrapped up. It's a tight, scrappy affair. Ionoa's in there. Federico, the kick came out, but good work with the wall. The hands came out to Feltham, but he just sprayed the kick. Difficult conditions. We actually in the game before, we saw a lot of balls go out in that exact pocket that it is now, with the team sort of struggling to find the avenue to goal at that end.
Interesting, because the ball sort of pushed out to the far side when it's sort of been pushing more to the right of the ground. So maybe just caught a gust of wind there. Either way, it looks to be Kurt Manuel who tries to force the ball forward, but it only goes so far, and it will be a boundary throw-in just towards the Eastern Football League side of goal on the far side wing. And the boundary throw-in comes out. Clever tap there by the Eastern Football League ruckman through a chain of handballs. It's the two number ones with Dorian getting wrapped up. He gets a hand pass out eventually, and the Eastern Football League will go inside their forward 50, but it's chopped off at the back there. I believe it was Mamilovic who takes the mark, and he goes long towards the wing. The ball bounces out the back. Who's going to be first to it? It looks like it's Stoneham. Stoneham gets wrapped up in the tackle. might have got a quick kick out there, so the holding the ball did not get called, and from there it is going to be a ball up. So, as mentioned, Tim, scrappy start to the game, and it looks to be a blood rule there for one of the Eastern Junior Football League boys.
Yeah, tight, contested footy, which is what we like to see. And the knocks are going to hurt early in this game, considering how cold it is.
Yeah, that wind chill factor certainly makes it a little bit more, painful there. It looks to be Joel Laycock, who's just come off with a blood nose, and coming on for him is Nicholas Grammatakos.
St. Simon's boy. And now inside 50, it's been a good start. The pressure's up from Yarra. And again, it just ekes out the back. Quick thinking. Oh, he's just missed to the near side.
I think it was Jack Alexander there, Tim.
Crafty stuff. Came through the pack, did Jack. Just wasn't able to get the major. That's Yarra's second behind. They move to 1-2-8. Eastern Footy League yet to score in the contest here today, as the player gets sent to fetch the footy. Seems to have got through the fencing that they got set up there, so he retrieves it now. He's going to kick it long, a wobbly old kick, but well grabbed, well read was Sarkison. And another floater. That one hasn't found a target. It's going to go straight. Bit of a hold of the jumper. The umpire didn't think so. It's spilt out there to Gablich. He tries to bend it back, but it's going to be tough from that pocket with the wind blowing across.
Yeah, geometry didn't favour him in that kick.
It's gone out of bounds on the full on the near side. So, EFL looking to reset from deep in their defence as the players all converge. You'd think it's just going to be a long kick down the line, and that's what he does. Finally, a drop punt.
Jeez.
Pack flew. About 5 players had claim to that. None of them were given it. The quick kick out.
Really
mopped up beautifully by Ionoa. The hands come. Just sort of hacks it forward there, did Bird. And now a bit of movement. The kick goes forward. It's going to hold up in the wind. Who wants to attack it? Oh, not going to pay it. Had about 4 bites of the cherry. But the kick goes forward, beats the pack. Picked up now by Wooler. He throws it deep into attack, but the EFL there to clean up. The pressure's hot. Well done to dance out of that one, Boyce. But his kick didn't go too far. He starts it. How's he going to weave its way back? Good goal there by Stoneham. Reward for the pressure in that. That forward pressure was great. They couldn't get it away, the Eastern Footy League. And Yarra making a good start with that breeze. They've now moved to 2-2-14. Eastern Footy League yet to score.
Yeah, Mitchell Stoneham just got his angles right there. When he attacked the ball, he was pretty much in line with the goals, and from our angle, we could see that he just had to kick it straight, and he certainly did that, and that's a fantastic effort by Mitchell Stoneham. So he registers Yarra's second goal for the game, does Mitch Stoneham, as the ball gets back underway, and it's a high kick. Take a mark with this one. It's a great spoil there by the Yarra defender there in, it looked to be Federico. The ball's eventually fed out to DeRay. DeRay finds a teammate in Dorian. Dorian's looked lively, little fella. He goes long, he goes high to the goal square. Who can take a mark? Ooh, it almost looked like Eaton could take the mark. It just didn't quite sit for him though. Coming out there, the Yarra boys, and it's soccer along the ground towards the boundary line. It's going to be a foot race. It's a one-on-one. The ball is again paddled forward there by Jack Alexander. Attacking the ball again is Stainthorpe. Unable to get the ball though, and the Yarra boys will get away. But numbers should win in out here. It's called holding the ball. Maybe the ball just sort of spilled out there from my angle, but either way, the decision has been made, and the free kick went to Kolosh, but his kick was ill-directed, and it's marked.
Thought he was pretty stiff there to get the free kick, but it's not going to hurt him.
No, definitely not. So it's a high kick towards a contest, and now leading the race is DeRay. DeRay just forces the ball forward and gets a brilliant tackle, dispossesses the Yarra Junior Football League boy there. But then a quick snap out of the pack is marked by Cap. Cap sends it into the direction of Gablich. Gablich leads in the race to the ball, but instead it's picked up there by Summers, and on the outstep of the boot, just hooked a little too far, did Lachlan Summers, and it's a minor score. So Yarra started quite briskly here. They are 2-3-15 to Eastern Football League yet to score early stages in the first quarter.
Yeah, they look lively, Yarra, when they can really move it quickly. They get them on the counter. Lovely, and created a chance there. So now it's work for the Eastern footy to try and get it out. But they're going to be besieged upon Dorian at the bottom of the pack there. And the kick comes forward. A little bit of holding. The umpire doesn't think so. And massive play. Someone finally comes out with it. I think it was Urquhart. He streamed away from the pack. But it was straight on the chest of I know. I've liked his start. And a good grab. They're going to go the long kick. 2-on-1. Numbers favour the Eastern Footy League, but he puts it out in front and says, just run to it. And that's exactly what he did. Gablich. And he sends it inside. Summers, he's been lively. Quick hand. Oh, lovely bit of candy. Deserves a goal. And does. Ted Clayton from Fitzroy. He gets Yarra's third. Lovely bit of candy work. And I just like the look of the Yarra forwards. They've been lively early. And when the ball's getting in there quick, the Eastern Footy League just don't really seem to know how to handle it.
Yeah, it's brilliant pressure. And as you said, it's definitely a lively start from the Yarra Football League. They just seem to have many options up forward when they do enter inside 50. And look, they've had 6 shots already on goal. And it could have easily been more. So it's a fast start for the Yarra Junior Football League. They move to 3-3-21. Eastern Football League are yet to score. We do remind you that the Yarra Junior Football League are heading to the right of our view, which seems to be that there's a strong breeze. So we'll see how the Eastern Football League do respond when they kick with the wind. For now, though, it comes to Caulfield, who rips the ball out of the middle of the field. It's hand passed out there to Luke Smith, and Luke Smith snaps it around the corner, and probably, I don't know if he was trying to kick for goal or trying to find a teammate there in Summers. It was a bit of half and half, and instead he's blazed the ball away, and it's out of bounds on the full. The kick will be taken by Jackson Lowe. So Jackson Lowe will take the kick, and they just need a little bit of run and carry here, do the Eastern Football League, with going against the breeze. If they can do that, they will start to get inside their forward 50. Jackson Lowe's kick isn't really to anyone in particular. In fact, it's probably lucky that it ended up going out there, Tim, because leading the race was Lachlan Jamison, and he had a little bit of space there as well.
He had 2 players on that far side and split the middle of them, and Lachlan Jamison beat the boundary, beat him. But the big punch forward there from Grammatakos.
Yep, that's the way. From St Simons, he's 6 foot. 183 centimetres and 75 kilos. So for an under-15s boy, he's a good size and should throw his weight around today. And that he does. But for now, it looks like DeRay tries to win the ball. But again, it's been played, as we've mentioned, a lot around the grounds, not so much through the corridor. So we will see a few stoppages in what has been a cagey start to the match. So Grammatakos tries, or it looks like it was Sarkisian who got the tap out there. He'll win the ball again, gets wrapped up in the tackle there, and eventually the ball, it tried to be kicked out there by Felton, but it was smothered. Yarra sends it to the top of the square. Can Lockie Summers mark the ball? Just eludes in there. The hand pass is fed out there from Sarkisian, and the Eastern Football League boys are away. Streaming through the middle do they go. They kick to the grandstand wing. Socket off the ground there, looked to be, and again, and looked to be from Oanu. He goes again, but unfortunately doesn't wrap up. Braden Bird in the tackle, who gets the 1-2. The hand pass is fed out into the direction of, we'll say, Hatzi Nicolau. Eventually the kick goes out, but it doesn't quite get into the forward 50 of the Eastern Football League. Trying to get his way to the football is Every. Helping him out there is Lachlan Jamison. Both sets of players throw their weight around, but it looks like the Eastern Football League boys will win out for the moment. Arch in the back, it looked to be Jackson Lowe, but his kick was smothered. In fact, it was Matthew Eaton. And so a little bit, sorry, I should say, that the game has just opened up slightly, and the Eastern Football League boys are trying to take it on. Once again, it's Urquhart who gets the tap out. He's been pretty prominent in the ruck thus far. The ball eventually squirts out there, and it looks like it's favoured Feltham, who gets the hand pass out there, trying to find a teammate there in Daniel Smith. He's unable to win the ball. Eventually, it goes the way of the Yarra Junior Football League, and it's a big kick by, it looks to be Luke Smith. Oh, Luke Smith actually eluded Lowe and Summers, but just bounced the wrong way, and it is another behind. So the Yarra Junior Football League, they move to 3-4-22. Eastern Football League yet to score.
Geez, he looked on a little bit there, so I like it. I like Summers when it goes in.
Yeah, he's
quick, and he's got the one-on-one. He looks pretty dynamic early.
Doesn't he just? Got a bit of X factor about him. So the kick comes out.
It's an average kick.
Yeah, it's not a brilliant kick, is it, Tim? But again, it squirts out and finds a teammate in Grammatakos. Grammatakos' handball does let him down there.
Oh.
And after all that, it was just hacked out there. It was more of a make it someone else's problem by Hatzi Nicolau from the Glen Waverley Rovers. And the ball's going to come straight back, and I dare say it will go to the top of the square, Tim, with the breeze.
A lot of players back in there, but I'd be a little careful of the Eastern Footy League. They've got a lot of numbers back, but there's the space in this front pocket, if you can see. It's been filled now. And so, yeah, as we thought, just the long kick in. Oh, a couple of flyers looked likely, but it didn't happen. Puts his head over the footy.
Bit high, yeah.
Grammatakos, yeah. And was rewarded for the effort.
Good umpiring.
Got to reward the man willing to put his head over the footy, and that's what Grammatakos did. And again, down the line, ordinary looking kick.
What a mark.
Which way is he going to pay? He's going to pay the mark to James May.
Yeah. Great one-hander there in front of Urquhart.
Oh, and that's, he found one of the men who dropped back into the zone, and the long kick forward.
Oh, great mark there by Luke Smith.
Unsure who is on each other's team. They're just kicking it to each other at the moment. And
right on cue there, Tim.
And as I say, a beautiful grab there by Laycock.
So some good marking on display thus far, Tim.
Yeah. And there we go.
Another one.
Back the other way. Not paid, though. That one was touched. The quick ball in. Went the punch there instead of the mark. And it falls down to the ground. The quick kick out, but it's going to be, again, just all numbers with Yarra. Oh, Summers almost fell over the back there of Hatsnikola. And Summers was lurking, but he couldn't get a handle on it, and it'll go out of bounds after a fairly frenzied little patch of play there. The tap out the back, I like that, into a dangerous position. Was scooped up, but didn't get too far. Jamie Shaw, he's going to bring it out. Good grab by Mamalovic. Mamalovic, yeah. Mamalovic.
Yeah, we'll say Mamilovic, I think is how you say it. Yeah.
I can tell you there's only 2 M's in there, despite my pronunciation attempt on the first go. But we'll get there by the end of the game if he continues to get a handle of it. And it comes out beautifully. Oh, and on the siren, someone cut that off, and they did.
Yeah, Nicholas Caulfield just tried to get boot to ball, but the kick wasn't quite directed well. In any case, the quarter-time siren has gone, and it's a fast start to the Yarra Junior Football League. They lead 3-22 by that exact margin. The Eastern Football League are yet to score, but they will be kicking with the wind in the second quarter. This is the AFL Junior Metro Championships. We'll be back with the second quarter.
Second quarter about to get underway here in the under-15 grand final. Andy Yarra with a terrific start going with the breeze. Eastern Footy League really got to counter this quarter. It's going to be a pretty important quarter to see how the game's going to go.
Yeah, critical for the Eastern Junior Football League under 15 side to respond and get that fast start in the second quarter, get some goals back, and make it a bit more of an even contest, because it was all one-way traffic in that first quarter, and the Yarra boys were quite, as you said, dynamic in front of goal, and they could have easily kicked more. So we're underway for the second quarter of the Under-15 Division 2 Junior Metro Championship Grand Final there. The ball squirts out there, and eventually it's won by, we think it's Dorian. Dorian goes long and wide, unfortunately. It was a... Could have been a slightly selfish kick, we might say, but at least they're on the board. So the Eastern Football League do register their first behind, and they trail by 21 points.
I think given... Oh, they're going to get another crack at it here. A wayward kick in. Has flown out on the full.
The breeze just caught that. I think it was Nicholas Caulfield who no, actually, sorry, I apologise. It was Stefan Nadalin. Just didn't quite get a grip on that ball, did he there, Tim?
Not at all. And now from the boundary, floated up and just missing to the near side.
Maybe Bailey Shortino there on the far side who got the kick, and it wasn't a bad one from the angle, was it?
Tough to kick it from there, considering all the conditions, but a good positive start there.
That's the main thing.
They've got on the board in the early minutes in this second quarter, and that's a little bit of a nicer kick in.
Yeah, he used the win nicely there, didn't he?
And they find Federico. He kicks it long. Couldn't get grabbed there by Luke Smith. And it's all hands on deck now. The Eastern Footy trying to break through. He broke a couple, got the kick, but it didn't go very far. Everyone's flying in there. Luke Smith, he looks like he's at the bottom of the pack, but he's wrapped up.
Oh, he's got a free kick there as well, I think.
Quickly by Bird, and
just set over the shoulder did the umpire, and Luke Smith will take the free kick.
His kick, struggling. Oh, almost reined in there by Alexander. His counter number, Dorian. Sweeps up on his mistake. They get the hand forward. Oh, big hit as Sarkison kicked that one. But he bounces straight back up. Registers another minus score for the Eastern Footy League. They've now moved to 3 behind, trailing Yarra 3-4-22. Tough to score from the angles here. And that's where the first sort of 3 shots for the Eastern Footy League have come. But good pressure. It's basically been played in their forward 50 to start. And look at that ball just drift across. Almost the grab. Went and followed up his work. Did Nicholas. And the umpire says, give it to me. I'll throw it up and you guys can go at it again.
Yeah, the pressure's just got to tell here for the Eastern Football League. They've had a few shots on goal without obviously getting the major, but they've got to put some scoreboard pressure on after a good spell of play inside their forward 50. The ball eventually does come outside of the Eastern Football League's forward 50, but without any real penetration, as a boundary throw-in will ensue. We're about 55 metres out from the Eastern Football League's goal. In fact, the boundary umpire probably gave them a bit more meterage there. Leading the chase for the ball was Luke Smith again. He fed it out to Darcy Grace, and the ball does make its way to the boundary line. So from a defensive point of view, the Yarra boys, they'll be pretty happy to keep the ball there in the pockets if it is inside the defensive 50.
Exactly. All ball out the back into the dangerous space. But met heavily. That was almost too high. Ducked, the umpire said, and didn't give it. Quick kick now. That's Collish. And he misses to the far side this time. So still just peppering, but I like the tap there. Get it into the middle. Get into that dangerous area.
Yeah, it looks like Urquhart is the ruckman. Jermaine Urquhart from Croydon. He's 188 centimetres.
Oh.
So he's a tall boy for his age, isn't he? And, it's a bad kick, and it's Mackenzie Dorian. It's quite a name there, the little fella. He's 165 centimetres, 55 kilos. So not afraid to throw his weight around is the little fella from Blackburn. He's taken a mark which is about 45, just between 40 and 45 metres out he'll kick from. Not sure if he'll make the distance, but he's got the breeze in his back, so we'll see how he goes. It's Mackenzie Dorian. Kicks high, long, and straight. It's a fantastic kick by Mackenzie Dorian. He registers the Eastern Football League's first goal for the game. They move to 1 goal 4-10, trailing the Yarra Junior Football League by 12 points. They are on 3 goals 4-22. Early stages of this second quarter. And Tim, the pressure finally told there for the Eastern Football League.
Yeah, they just kept getting chances, didn't they? And eventually they took him a pretty woeful kick in. But I mean, it's really hard kicking in these conditions. You don't really know where the ball is going to end up. But he's had a good start to the game.
Yeah, he's been good.
I've liked his start. So reward for effort. And now it's going to tie up again in the middle. Handballs flying around with a host of players. Darcy Grace had one of them.
Got the kick
and
there
then
too.
he got another one. So he's just pumping up his stat sheet, but it hasn't gone very far for either side. Bodies clash in there again. Daniel Smith for the EFL. He's amongst it, I think, now. Dorian, he goes in and says, let me show you how it's done, boys, but even he can't get it out. And he's wrapped up in the tackle by Luke Smith. He's had a good start to this game as well.
Yeah, him and Grace have been pretty prominent, and they're not afraid to throw their weight around. It was a big hit. Speaking of throwing their weight around, it was Jack Alexander with the big hit there, and the Eastern Football League will get the free kick.
Got a bit unlucky with that one. He just slipped and he got him a bit high. But, oh!
How about this? Matthew Eaton with the snap from just inside the forward 50. He just knew where the goals were, didn't he, Tim? He just banged it on the boot and said, I'll take care of this situation, and suddenly it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, we're talking about them taking their chances, and that's one that you're not sure they would have taken, but an absolute beauty of a kick. Snap around the body, and this margin, only 6 points now. So they're using the win to their advantage, the Eastern Footy League, and an absolute ripper goal there.
That was a stunning goal. We were sort of caught in conversation there, and he just bobbed up and said, I'll take care of this. This is my time. And what a goal it was by Matthew Eaton. He's been another player who's been prominent in the forward line when it has gotten up there for the Eastern Football League. The ball comes out, and it was, again, Darcy Grace who was throwing his weight around. Jackson Lowe now wins the ball in their defensive 50 and bangs it on the boot. It's only going to go as far as, it looks like it's Jack Alexander. He boots it up towards a player there in Ted Clayton, who's already registered a goal on the board there. The ball's fed out to Mitchell Stoneham, and Stoneham kicks a quick kick out there in the direction of Gablich. He's unable to take the mark there. But once again, it's Ted Clayton who receives the free kick. Didn't quite see what that one was for, Tim. Was it a high tackle?
I didn't quite pick it up. I think it was either that or in the back.
Well, either way, it is Ted Clayton who will be shooting for his second goal. Wasn't afraid to throw his head over the footy, and it is reward for effort. It's a bit of a helicopter, almost taking the mark there was Gablich. He couldn't quite reel it in, unfortunately for him. Big pack there, the ball just is not really getting out, but eventually it is one out there, and it looks as if it was DeRay who got the kick out there towards the boundary line, and that'll do.
Out the full,
I think. Was it? Oh,
yeah.
That's unfortunate for DeRay. You could see what he was trying to do, sort of just relieving the pressure and sort of forcing it wide so they could reset, because the numbers weren't exactly with them. Either way, it's the the Yarra Junior Football League with a clever kick out there into the direction of Clayton, and he again will try to rectify what he couldn't produce beforehand. It's a better kick by Clayton to the far side of the goal. Almost taking the mark there, I believe, was Gablich. His handball went astray, though, and now it's a foot race. Oh, it could be a bit of a collision there, and it's Luke Smith who's not afraid to get amongst it. Mackenzie Dorian again snapping the ball around, trapping it there was Eaton, and it's a beautiful pass there by Eaton. It couldn't be marked, unfortunately, there by Hayes. Hayes retrieves the ball there, tries to flick a hand pass out there to Baxter, doesn't reach him though, and
great smother.
Oh, it's a great smother. You're definitely right there, Tim, but it looks as if that the Yarra boys will eventually relieve the pressure in the direction of Caldwell. He's unable to take the mark there. Mackenzie Dorian again with the kick around the corner, but it finds a teammate there in Willison. Or sorry, I should say an opponent there in Willison. His kick is poor. It's not a great effort there. Just the player's not quite flushing the footy at this stage. I think the wind is playing a bit of havoc with the skills thus far in this match. And it is to be Jacob Baxter who took the diving mark there, and he will shoot from about 40 metres out, tucked in on a just less than a 45-degree angle. It's going to be a tough kick, but again, like Dorian, he will use the breeze. Baxter comes in with the left foot, hangs it out to the left. Will it come back in? It's at the top of the goal square. Comes out the back. I'm not sure if it was touched, but either way, it's a minor score. And it's the Eastern Football League that are closing in. They're only 4 points behind the Yarra Junior Football League. It's 2-6-18 to Yarra's 3-4-22.
Yeah, just hung it out there for the win to bring it back, and almost allowed too much in that regard. Good kick. Finally, we see a bit of precision coming out of defence, and Anthony Willison. He'll send it up towards the wing, but it's a good grab by Braden Bird. He'll cut it off again and bang it inside 50. Pack's form out of the back. Summers was lively. Didn't get to him though. Or should I say, sorry, that was Eaton.
A few blonde boys in this one, so confusing the commentators here today, but not to worry. It was Luke Smith who got the kick out, but it's only gone as far as an Eastern junior football player here. And again, Tim, it's kick to kick. So retrieved there from Summers, it looks like. And he kicks the ball out wide, and is the mark taken? No, not quite. It's been called play on, and he's beset on by a host of Eastern Football League players. But a little bit crude, and the free kick has been awarded.
Good grab by Wooler, I think it was, in the defensive 50 there for the Yarra Junior Footy League. And now they'll bang it inside forward. The quick movement by Yarra. It's a one-on-one. What can Lincoln Zhang do? Not too much. The EFL win the race to the footy, but it's tied up.
Oh, great tackle by Lowe.
Tried to break away, but yeah, as you just said, Andy.
Ripping tackle, wasn't it? Just said, no, you're not going away. I'm just going to wrap you up. Brilliant effort.
Some great forward pressure, and that's what you need. It keeps it inside 50. And can they get a score? They can't.
I've liked Jackson Lowe's game in the defensive 50 for the Eastern Football League. He's not afraid to throw his weight around, and he's got a good discipline spoil on him as well. So he's been quite lively thus far for the Eastern Football League. Also lively, it looks to be Braden Bird. He tries to take it all on, and it just does well to... well, he's not going to be holding the ball because he was sort of as he was bouncing it, but then he kind of lost it in the bounce. So it was called play on from the umpire, and it's a ripping mark there from Jake Roulion. Just read it well, and again, playing from behind when you're kicking with the wind, it's a smart tactic. And Jake Roulion read it best, and will kick from about 45 metres out from goal. It's a pretty good angle as well, Tim. So you'd back him from here.
Yeah, well read. Just go over the back of the defender.
So we'll see how Jake Roulion goes. He's going to kick from just inside 50. Doesn't quite flush it here, and the ball comes out the back. Leading in the race was Shortino. He twists and turns, gets a kick around the corner. It's not a bad effort as well, but camped in the goal square was, it looks to be Gablich, may it be? No, in fact, it was Wooler who just took an easy, uncontested mark. That mark was a little bit more difficult, and it was reeled in well from, we believe it was Willison. So Willison goes to a big pack of players along the line. Unable to take the mark there was Urquhart, but the ball's eventually fed out there in the direction of, it looked to be Ellis, but Ellis chops it off for the Yarra side, and it's Laycock who twists around and finds a teammate there. Was it a push in the back? Yes, it was. So Laycock did well to find a teammate and force the free kick in the direction of Roulion. This time he was outpositioned by his opponent, but the ball is still in the hands of the Eastern Football League, and it's Braden Bird who gets a high hand pass out there. Not really to anyone's advantage though, but a second effort and a good tackle laid upon Bird. Sees the ball wrapped up just outside the forward 50 for the Eastern Football League. They're looking to get the next goal and take back the lead, and we thought that they might just do that now that they've got the wind here. Leading the race was Caldwell, but he was pushed in the back. The Eastern Football League crowd are rather vocal about that one, but Caldwell did get hands in the back there, and the free kick will occur. His kick is ill-directed, however, and was it a mark or is it paid out of bounds in the full? Looks like it's out of bounds in the full, and the kick will be taken by Dylan Felton.
Either way, it was going to be an Eastern Footy League ball, and they now bang it forward. Everyone just looked at it.
A lot of turnovers.
And Federico just said, all right, I'll stroll in and take that one. So he bangs it up towards the wing. But again, all Eastern Footy League, Joel Laycock is the recipient of it this time. Both teams struggling to find targets. So he kicks it to probably the smallest guy on the ground, but he makes good work, Dorian.
Good fist as well by Caldwell. It looks like to be out position there, but he just got a hand on it.
And so we got the ball in on the 50. Both teams really struggling to move the ball with any sort of consistency and accuracy. And it spills out. The quick kick there was Stanthorpe. But it didn't go too far, and they were wrapped up. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up all over again. So a mass of players again around the footy. Only 2 in the other half of the ground. He was still doing his shoelaces down there.
Samuel Hayes just was doing his shoelaces. The ball just rolled past him.
He's been down there for a while. Get up, because it's not going to be coming back in. You've got a little bit of time.
Oh, he actually lost his boot there.
It's kicked up towards the wing. Good work by Manuel. And he just sort of chips it up. A lot of Eastern footy players, but it hits the deck. No one able to get a grab, and they're all going to get wrapped up.
Laycock, yeah, at the bottom of the pack, did well.
He's been good along that half-back line so far. Uncontested in the ruck was Wooler. I've liked his game. And it goes forward. Oh, too high. Umpire agrees with me. Teddy Clayton.
Another lively one.
Looks, doesn't decide, and eventually just bangs it into the centre. Not a bad place to go. Stretched up. Did Jamison, but couldn't grab it. Couldn't get away. And now it's at the bottom of the pack. Players asking for holding the ball. I think you're a little bit optimistic there.
Aren't they just? Jamison was looking to get his boot to ball there and possibly kick a goal, but it was a great tackle by Lowe that just forced the error in the kick.
A little bit of dash, but there's only Yarra footballers there. There's about 1 on 5, and the 5-1 out through Willison.
Oh.
And he has a shocking kick, which we've said a few too many times today. Not just him, but everyone. Wooler. He's got a bit of precision, and he finds James May. So Yarra will go inside. Forward 50 again. Huge fight at the back. Copped a knee to the back, but he's back up. The ball spills there to Zhang. Spills out to Jack Alexander. And a bit of polish up forward. It wasn't pretty, but eventually at the end, Alexander got on the end of it and put through a nice steadier for Yarra, and they stretch that lead back out to 10 points after the Eastern Footy League had threatened for most of the quarter. 2-6-18. Yarra lead 4-4-28.
Yeah, they just created the 2-on-1 situation there, Tim. Lincoln Zane just put his body in front of the ball. He won it against Jackson Lowe, who has been good thus far in the game, but he was outnumbered there, and he just fed out the hand pass to Jack Alexander, who made no mistake from 20 metres out. So, as you said, the steadying goal for the Yarra side, as it looks to be Samuel Hayes, who's got his boot back on. He gets the tap, but only as far as Caulfield, who kicks a grubbing kick inside the forward 50. Ted Clayton gets a clever hand pass outside to a teammate in Stoneham, who also has a goal to his name. But the Eastern Football League boys stand up for now. They look to have the numbers as they try and pick the ball up. Bit of handling errors here from both sides. But again, it's the Eastern Football League boys that will win it out. Once again, it's Hayes who gets the hand pass out there, and it's kicked in the direction of, we look like it's Feltham, or is it Jamie Shaw?
Pretty sure it was Jamie Shaw.
And Jamie Shaw, has he got a 25-metre penalty here? Perhaps his opponent was a little crude here, and all he needs to do is switch the ball out to, it was Hatsi Nicolau, but he was manned up. So we think it's Shaw who goes long. In fact, it was Mamilovic. So we do apologise to Benjamin Mamilovic. But his kick was ill-directed. And once again, it will be the Yarra boys that will look to repel the attacks.
He'll be happy if Jamie Shaw gets that kick put down next to his name.
Yes, he will. So combining was Caulfield and Jamison. Jamison goes up the line and finds a teammate in, and we think it's Kurt Manuel. Kurt Manuel will go long to a big pack of plays here. Creating great position as well was, we think it's Summers. Summers wheels around on the left foot there as well and kicks towards Zhang. Zhang gets it on the third attempt, hand passes over the top there, trying to find a teammate in Alexander. Instead, it comes out to Mitchell Stoneham, but his kicks loose to the side of the boot. Leading the race was Jackson Lowe, goes to the ground and possibly takes out a teammate. The hand pass from Zhang went astray, and instead it comes to Dorian. Dorian's hand pass finds Lowe. Was he wrapped up? Yes, he was. He didn't get the hand pass. He tried to, but he was dispossessed, and it was a great second effort there by Lincoln Zhang. His hand pass went astray, but it was a great effort. Zhang's kick is unable to be marked there by the diving Summers and Dorian. The little fella gets a quick kick out there. Could have got a hands in the back there, was Kolosh from Caldwell, but he wins out and uses Jack Alexander. Eventually the ball comes out to, great mark. The ball came out to Toby Wooler, but it was Lachlan Summers who wheels around on the right, plays on, and it's a shocking effort, and he's really unhappy with himself, Lachlan Summers. He really just had to go back and take the kick. He maybe just didn't quite back himself. He had a bit of rush of blood. Either way, it's half-time here at the Under-15 Division 2 Grand Final. This is the Metro Junior Championships that they're playing in, and it's the Yarra side that hold a slender 10-point lead at half-time. The score is Yarra Junior Football League 4-4-28, the Eastern Junior Football League 2-6-18. We'll be back after this with the second half. And we're back for the second half action at the Victorian Metro Junior Championships, brought to you today by the National Sports Museum. It's the Under-15 Division 2 Grand Final between the Eastern Junior Football League and the Yarra Junior Football League. We've had a slight score change, Tim, and it is only an 11-point, well, it is now an 11-point advantage to the Yarra side. We previously stated it was 10, so the score is Yarra 4-4-28 to Eastern's 2-5-17. Tim, what do you expect to occur in this third quarter?
I'm just expecting a continued bit of an arm wrestle, really. That's how it's been so far. The team that can get the best handle on their skills is the team that's going to end up winning today's game, I think. And that's easier said than done, considering the blustery conditions that they've got out there and the fact that it's a grand final. You know, there's no easy kicks to be had. So, for me, both teams have looked lively when they've been able to move it quickly and get it inside before numbers have got back. So if one of the teams can get a handle on that, they'll win.
Fair enough, and it's Urquhart who gets the tap out. Dorian overruns the ball then, and Woolley gets the hand pass out, but only as far as that man mentioned again, Dorian, who hand passes out to Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith finds a teammate in DeRay, and DeRay will get a short kick out there. Well, wasn't quite the distance required, but not to be for the Eastern Football League side, and so the kick is dribbled out there to Lachlan Summers, who arches the back, and from 45 metres only registers a minor score when Lincoln Zhang looked to have been in a little bit of space there in the pocket, and maybe if he just lowered the eyes there, Summers, he might have found his teammate in Zhang. Not to be. It's now a 2-goal ball game. The Yarra side registering the first score of the second half. It looked to be Darcy Grace who went into the marking contest against Knight. Neither player could mark the ball there. And now the ball just comes to ground. And Grace again fights tooth and nail for possession, and eventually the ball just makes its way out, and the boundary line ends up being the eventual winner. So once again, not surprisingly, a bit of a scrappy start to the second quarter. It's Sarkisian gets the hand pass out there to 2-on-1. Matthew Eaton uses his strength really well, tries to paddle it forward. He's under immense pressure from, it looked to have been Anthony Willison. And the ball does go out for a boundary throw-in. Claims for that it hit the boot, but the boundary umpire said no. And the boundary umpire throws it back in to the field of play. Makes its way out in favour of the Yarra Junior Football League side. It's a 2-on-2 here. Doing well was Dorian, paddles it again, but the ball again eludes that little man there, who's had a fast start to this second half, hasn't he, Tim?
Yeah, he's continuing from where he left off in that first half. The ball will come back in, he'll be around it, as will a host of players. Braden Bird's the one who came away with it. Got cleaned up in a tackle and holding the ball, and they play on straight away. A little bit of ducking and diving. And Ted Clayton, he's been lively as well. Gets it inside 50, who can get it? Stoneham just ekes it forward to Zhang. Tries to get the hands, but it's going to be cleaned up, probably over the line. And that's exactly where Jackson Lowe,
Grammatakos.
Saw the 2 on the jump up. Missed the 3. Well, it's come in. Oh, tried to just nab it out of the ruck there, Lincoln Zhang.
He did the right thing because he had to quickly kick it, otherwise be tackled and hold the ball. But yeah, just got his radar all wrong there, did Zhang.
And so they just hack it out with the handball. It was Bird, and it gets chopped off, and it's going to be sent back in through Manuel. But that's smothered. Scrappy again. Bit of a drop kick there. Could have been caught holding the ball, but the umpire was on the wrong side to see it. And they're all locked in with the tackling. Dylan Knight involved.
What happens in that situation, Tim, when the player's tackled and the ball hits the ground first and then he kicks it? I mean, that's technically holding the ball, is it not?
Yeah, I would have thought, but it's tough to see from the
Oh,
angle the
yeah,
umpire
he
had.
definitely was blindsided for sure. But it's one of those strange ones. He gets the kick, but to the letter of the law, I suppose it does hit the ground first and should be holding the ball if prior opportunity has occurred. Either way, it looks like it's little Dorian, from what I can see, who has received the free kick and will go long to a big pack of players. There's a lot of Yarra boys there. The ball comes out to front and square of that pack and suddenly becomes a little bit more of an even contest. Trying to spin his way out of trouble is Hayden Boyce. But the Yarra brick wall said, no thanks. We'll wrap you up, and it will be another ball. And so there's been a lot of stoppages in play thus far. We're about 65 metres from the Yarra Junior Football League goal here on the broadcast side of the ground. And with no player able to win possession, another stoppage occurs. This time it's a clever tap that finds Smith. He tried to hand pass to Caldwell, but he couldn't find the ball there again. The Yarra boys are wrapped up. Grace somehow snatches the ball out and gets a high and not a very handsome kick that just gets or makes its way inside the forward 50. But wrapped up was Eastern Football League's Dylan Knight. And another stoppage again. Ted Clayton won the ball there, but was deemed to have thrown it. And the Eastern Football League will win out. The kick to a one-on-one there. It's a clever mark. It's a strong mark by Shane Kolosh. Has a nice left foot action. The wind really holds that one up. But judging it best was Wooler. So Wooler would be wise to maybe just bring it inboard a little bit. It's a longer kick, and with the wind, you're not surprised to see that. It does make its way inside forward 50. No player is able to take the mark there. Grace with a strong tackle. And from that tackle, he wins the ball there. He snaps it around the body. It's about 20 metres outside from their goal. Lachlan Summers gets a clever hand pass out there. It makes its way to Kurt Manuel. And Kurt Manuel's, he's kicked the goal technically, but it was touched off the boot. So well done there to the Eastern Football League defence. A timely hand and only the minor score. So they extend their margin to 13 points. It's a Yarra Junior Football League 4-6-30. Eastern Football League 2-5-17.
And the kick-in comes in. Umpire has paid the mark, I think, to Joel Laycock. He's been busy. He's shown some good hands today. And now it's up the wing. Bird, he's been active in this third quarter. Called his name a few times. He goes long up the wing, out in the full, I think, and it was... They'll hand the ball back.
Nadalin, I think it is.
Nadalin. And Yarra will try and go forward, just playing down the line, kind of. The switch seems to have gone away in today's game, and it's down the line stuff. At the bottom of that was DeRay. He can't get it out. And the umpire will cross the arms and will throw it up again.
I think we saw here, Tim, when the players were trying to mark that ball, that the sun was really getting in their eyes. So that's going to begin to become a factor in the rest of this match, I believe.
Who would have thought the sun was going to play a factor today? It is freezing out there, especially in the wind. But there'll be a rush of blood now as Dorian streams forward. Beeshall players and eventually backstopping away ever he got it. But he was wrapped up, called for ball. Wasn't honoured by the umpire, but they're still in there. The EFL still pressuring. Finally the kick gives a little bit of, gives some time and some grace. Oh, and Kurt Manuel played on straight. Oh, couldn't be taken there by Summers. Spilled out the back. Was that touched? I don't think so. Great goal by Gablich. Or was it? No. Has he hit the post?
Maybe. It can't have been touched, surely not.
Well, usually they're quick to get the hands up and
it definitely went the right side of the post.
So it's copped the inside of the post. It was definitely close, and the umpire, he had a better view than anyone. And he has deemed it a point. So, oh, well, that one isn't though.
Kurt Manuel.
From nowhere. I didn't even, just popped out of the pack. I didn't even see where it came from. And suddenly the ball was flying back over the heads of the Eastern Footy League. And they get another goal and they stretch that lead to 20. They've been good with the wind, Yarra. 5-7, 37 lead, 2-5, 17.
Kurt Manuel was fantastic before in the previous play where he took a courageous mark in the centre square, and despite a number of players around him, decided to take the game on and kick a long kick that just went the wrong side of the post. But again, he's been prominent in the last 5 minutes, and bit of a floating ball, but a fantastic goal there from Manuel. So it's Urquhart who gets his hands on the ball there. Jack Alexander felt like he was taken a little bit high there. No free kick paid. The Yarra boys will go again, and trying to win the ball is Manuel again. So Manuel's, he's in overdrive. He's having a great game thus far. Again, in there is DeRay. DeRay tries to feed a handball out, but he can't quite do so. Oh, Braden Bird lucky to not be given the free kick against. A bit of the don't argue. He gets a strong fist out of the pack. It's a bit of a race here between Feltham and Ioanu. Caldwell gets a hand pass out again, trying to find a teammate in. It looks to be Manuel again. And it looks like he's received a kick. A free kick has Kurt Manuel. I believe it is Kurt Manuel. Either way, the Yarra side will go forward, and it's in the direction of... Yeah, can't quite see who that was to. It looks like it was Harry Gablich who tried to take the mark and had his jumper pulled a little bit as well. No free kick was paid, and the ball made its way to the boundary line. So we're about 60 metres out from the the Yarra Junior Football League's goal. Clever tap out there by Wooler. He just controlled it and sort of volleyed it towards the forward 50. But once again, Tim, more stoppages in what is not exactly the most entertaining start to the second half.
It's definitely not prettier, but you expect that. What it has been, it's been tough, it's been contested, and we're getting a pretty good grand final. Yarra on the brink of their 50, hoping to extend that lead before a furious final quarter. But it won't happen just yet as it goes over the line, and we'll get the boundary throw in. That ball comes in, about 4 players flew up in the ruck there. And it goes forward as it just drifts. The whole pack was a couple of steps behind there. Madeline let it. Handball gets a shove in the fence there from Dorian afterwards. Could have been a free kick. Trying to deal with him well after the play. But the ball comes in, tap out the back. Alexander got a hand to it but couldn't rein it in. Nicholas ends up with it, but he's swarmed upon. And we'll have another ball up. So neither team able to break free. Alexander, he gets the quick kick, but it just gets slapped straight back in his direction, and he says, I'll have another go at it. But he's put it out of bounds, a bit of push and shove.
Oh, geez, Dylan Felton just not afraid to let him know that that kick was a little bit astray.
Alex Cap getting involved, but it's all over now as it flies. How many people around that? Is the umpire going to pay it? He's not. It hits the deck. Ted Clayton might have been unlucky, but it comes out to Alexander. He's put it out in the full again, I think. Was it touched before or after it went out of bounds?
The goal umpire signalled that it was out in the full, so...
And the boundary has agreed.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's had a bit of a Jack Alexander in the last bit, but he hasn't used it overly well. Tough in the clinches, obviously, to get an effective kick.
Was a tough kick, but again, a little bit ineffective. But he's still got plenty of time to help his side extend their lead. Eventually, though, the ball comes out in the direction of Kolosh, who through a chain of handballs allows the Eastern Football League to repel the Yarra Junior Football League's attack. The kick, however, is chopped off, and it is marked by Stefan Nadalin, who goes bang with a long, raking right foot kick. There's been a free kick awarded here, deemed to be a push in the back, and it will go the Eastern Football League's way.
They seem to have a lot of numbers back, which is making it difficult going inside. Fans getting a bit vocal on that latest inside 50, just wanting Yarra to take to the far side, stop going straight back from where it came.
That's it. So the fly by Laycock, he was unable to take the mark there, and Alex Cap's handball was ill-directed as well. Ooh, bit of push and shove here. Again, it's Dylan Feltham in the middle of the action here, and some of the Yarra boys fly the flag in retaliation to the attention that Alex Cap received. Speaking of that man, Cap, he gets the hit out, doesn't fall to advantage, trying to burrow his way out there. It's Cap again. And there's a little bit more...
A little bit of venom at the bottom of the pack at the moment.
Yeah, it's It's a little bit tense in this third quarter. It obviously means a lot to both sides. I mean, it is a grand final, so we don't expect any different. And suddenly a little bit of indiscipline's creeping in. It was Nicholas with the crude tackle there, a little bit over the shoulder. So Cap took the free kick and went inside the forward 50, and finding the ball there is Jamison. He wheels around on the right foot and snaps over his shoulder, but he didn't quite catch the kick, and it was chopped off there by the Eastern Football League. So they'll look to go back to Nicholas, who tries the big specky, probably impeded his opponent there, but the free kick wasn't awarded. Instead, yeah, he great second effort there, and Jack Alexander was wrapped up. So the left foot kick comes out there, and it's in the direction of, looks to be Dorian. Oh, Dorian looked to have more time than he really had. Not a bad kick, but the spoil was affected. Eventually, DeRay just bangs it long and says, we'll try and get inside forward 50. The Wind has other ideas, though, as does Anthony Willison, who finally gets the switch out. Better play here from the Yarra side. They make their way inside the forward 50. Can anyone take the mark? No, they can't. Leading in the race there is Luke Smith. Luke Smith gets wrapped up in the tackle quite quickly. And... oh, well, looks to be holding the ball. Yeah, I'm not sure if it...
might have been in the back, I think.
Might have been in the back. Either way, the Eastern Football League will repel once again. But again, it's kicks to packs. They're not really lowering their eyes and looking for targets, and this is what happens. Kurt Manuel had a fantastic third quarter, gets a grubbering kick outside or inside the forward 50, but only as far as Kolosh, who connects with Dorian. Dorian looks up and doesn't have a lot to kick to. There's a big wall set up there by the Yarra Junior Football League side. Trying to win the ball there was Nadalin. Nadalin forces it forward, finds a teammate there in Smith, who gets it out to Grace. Grace arches the back on the right foot, shows a bit of the ball. Oh. Can he kick the goal from 40 metres out? Yes, he can. Fantastic goal by Darcy Grace, who just wanted it more. He arched the back, won the ball, and what a kick. He just got his angles all right there, and that's a fantastic goal. A deserved effort for what has been a great game thus far by Darcy Grace. He extends the lead for the Yarra Junior Football side to 26 points. This could be a match-winning league, ladies and gentlemen. They now are on 6-7-43 to Eastern Football League's 2-5-17. And Tim, critical moment in that match.
Yeah, and just a little bit of class to break open what's been a real workman-like slog of a game with all the stoppages. And it was going to take someone to break free. There's been plenty of numbers around the ball, plenty of stoppages. It just took a little bit of polish, and Darcy Grace delivered. And now we restart with Yarra going forward again. But in there and tough.
Urquhart.
And now it's in the middle in the mud. A little bit of, and it comes out, but they got the extra man back. And Boyce cuts it off. I think both teams need to start probably using the other side. Well, at least Yarra, Eastern Footy League aren't going to mind this because they're playing into the wind. So if they can minimise the score and launch a last quarter, that will be their aim. But at the moment, you just think Yarra just needs to be a little bit more creative going inside because they're playing into their hands. But they're going to rebound now. The Eastern Footy League could have been in the back. I think he played for it. The umpire copped one. That's what he thought of the non-decision. But it came out, booming kick forward. There's no one there, so it's going to be a foot race. Bounced nicely, but it ended up falling to Kalash. He just gets it inside 50. The race is on. Who's going to put the shepherd?
Nicholas.
Picked up, couldn't grab it, and just hacked out of there. Good attack on the footy by both players, and eventually it comes to Stainthorpe. He finds Kalash, who delivers it. Bouncing ball, couldn't get picked up. Feltham ends up with it, and they're all wrapped up. Matty Eaton, the goal scorer, he couldn't do anything with it. He's dispossessed. And finally, a little bit of movement. He's going to come in. Neither team can break through. And finally forward, but it's all Eastern Footy League. They're going to pick it up and they're going to run it back in. And oh, I don't know where he was going with that. Almost going backwards. The bounce will favour Vassalou, who hacks it forward to 3 Yarra players.
Peter.
Just the top. It's going to fall to Summers. He got beautiful hand pass. He ran to the boundary, made it a little bit harder for himself. Ooh. Tried to snap it back round Gablich and couldn't get it back far enough. So he only extends the lead by a point. 6-8-44, lead 2-5-17. Can't be too much longer left in this quarter. And you think if they get another goal, they're really you know, it's going to be tough for the Eastern Footy League.
Yeah, a real uphill battle. But again, the game's starting to open up a little bit. Suddenly, the ball was sort of going from arc to arc and a little bit more. But for the meantime, it's Urquhart who feeds a hand pass out to Knight. Knight's hand passes up and down and not really to anyone in particular, and the boundary throw-in will take care of that situation. So, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting last quarter. See if the Eastern boys can come back in. They've got it all to do. For now, it's Manuel. Manuel gets tackled in the kick, and it's a long kick, and will it bounce through? Oh, as you mentioned early in the game, went at right angles there, Tim, and I thought it actually looked favourable, but I didn't actually realise from how wide the ball actually bounced.
Yeah, it just broke completely away from the goal.
But Kurt Manuel's has had a fantastic third quarter. He's been great, as has Luke Smith this match. He rips the ball out, looks for options, instead goes the banana. Will it go through? Fantastic goal there by Luke Smith. Had the time to size up his options when you wouldn't think otherwise. And in the end, he said, you know what, I'll do it myself. And he got a bit of banana action, as I know you love to say, Tim. And it was a ripping effort there by Luke Smith. He registers his first for the day and Yarra's 8th for the day. And they stretch their lead out to 39 points. It's 8-8-56, the Yarra Junior Football League side to Eastern Football League's 2-5-17. Talk us through that one there, Tim.
Oh, he found some space around the stoppages, which no one's had. I think he wheeled and dealed his way out of trouble and sort of turned around and went, hold on, there's no one here, and I'll go, as we say, use the old boonana. And he slotted home an absolute beauty. But heads out towards the far wing. Hatznicola led back in the chase, but that's the siren. That last goal has got to hurt the Eastern Footy League. It's just stretched that lead where it's going to be fairly hard for them to come back. It's a 39-point lead, 2-5-17 to 8-8-56. They're going to be kicking with the win, the Eastern Footy League, but can they get themselves back into this contest? It's going to be a great last quarter, great final quarter in the grand final.
So really interesting to see how this last quarter plays out, Tim. Can Eastern do the unthinkable and kick enough goals to steal this match?
I think they can. They've just got to. They can't fall into a little bit of the trap that Yarra got in that quarter, and just bombing it and sort of hoping the wind will take it down, because they'll just set up numbers back, and we can already see they've got 2 loose men in defence, Yarra, and so they're going to have to, with the wind, they're still going to have to lower their eyes, hit up their targets, and really manufacture these goals.
Expert analysis by Tim Morgan here. That's why we've got him here. He's a fantastic addition to the team today. Kurt Manuel tries to get his hands on the ball. Again, the Yarra Junior Football League eventually win it out. Luke Smith looked to have taken the mark, but again, wasn't paid there. Instead, it's going to come out to Summers. What can Summers do? Kicks it to a one-on-one. It's Wooler. Wooler just can't quite take the mark there. He sort of allows a bit of space for himself, but in the end, he's wrapped up by, looks like to be Grammatakos. And a fast start there by the Yarra side could have led to what may have been the match-winning goal this early in the last quarter. For now, though, the Eastern Football League side will have to defend grimly, but in doing so, they've given away a crucial free kick, and it's going to Lachlan Summers, who's looked to be the just about man thus far. He's got the ability. We've seen it today. Just hasn't so much put this game beyond doubt, but he has the opportunity to do so now. So it's Lachlan Summers directly in front, 35 metres out. Summers, can he kick the winning goal? Not quite. And a minor score will ensue. So it's just made that little bit more difficult from the Eastern side. They've got to take it up all the way and then do it all again. So the ball comes to hand. Zhang gets the hand pass out there to Grace. Grace kick around the corner is chopped off, and the Eastern boys will repel once more. So they'll kick through Boyce. Boyce, he looks bereft of options. Eventually gets one coming to him. Goes through the hands there of DeRay. Instead, it's going to come out, and it's a quick kick out towards the Zhang direction, or the Wooler direction. And it's Wooler. 2 bites of the cherry, and it's a fantastic contested mark. It looked to be a 2-on-1 situation there by Wooler, or against Wooler, and he's just held off his opponent and taken a fantastic mark, and really should make no mistake from here. Yeah,
well, they've swung him forward. He started down defence, and his marking has been superb this match. at both ends of the ground. He was cutting off forward entries, and now taking the Duke, and hopefully he can bang it through.
Certainly can. I love that he was throwing the grass and it was just going right behind him there. Either way, he's strong enough to kick this, but he's just pushed it out to the near side, and that's a surprising miss there by Wooler. He just did all the hard work and really just had to kick that goal, but instead the Eastern Football League side are still alive. They are hanging by a thread, and they've got to make some inroads into this deficit now. So they'll go long, and they will use the wind, and it is a nice kick, and it falls through the hands, comes out to Summers, who gets wrapped up straight away in the tackle. The ball sort of forced forward towards the centre wing position there on the far side of the ground. It's kicked inboard, but it's chopped off there by Dylan Knight, and Dylan Knight will wheel around and switch to the broadcast side. The ball finds its way inside forward 50, but the numbers there, unsurprisingly, are with Yarra. The handball pass isn't fantastic towards Federico. Federico eventually wheels around on the left, gets a kick quick out in the direction of Smith. Smith shows the ball, just gets his kick in time. Leading the race is Feltham. Feltham kicks around the corner. Again with the numbers are Yarra, but it falls the way of Eaton. Eaton snaps from 45 metres out. Can he kick the goal? He can't. It just swung away to the near side, but that would have been the perfect start there to the Eastern Football side, and they cut the margin ever so slightly. It's now 33 points.
Would have been the perfect way to put the exclamation point on those missed chances at the other end.
Yeah, they have been inaccurate. You're definitely right there, Tim. But look, the ball's in their side of the ground, so it's all to do.
Exactly, but as the minutes tick, the more and more you think Yarra's going to get away with, not get away, sorry, that they're going to win this one, because they've been the better team so far. Can the Eastern Footy League mount a charge? We'll see from this boundary throw in deep in their forward 50. What does this game have left in store? Oh, a very interesting boundary throw, and they'll call that one back. Almost clipped himself on the back of the ankles with that one.
Well, that's what this game has in store. So an interesting throw there by the boundary throw when boundary umpire gets it right the second time.
He gets it to Zhang's advantage. He got the tap, but he couldn't get anywhere. But first in was Darcy Grace, and he wins the free kick too high. The umpire said the tackle was, and Grace will just kick it up to the pack. They'll be happy. They'll be happy with that, to just play it around the wing and chew up some time. Lachlan Jamieson. Kicks it to the pack, up on the wing.
There's Manuel.
Nice little breakaway, Manuel. He's been good. Of course, you spotted him. Andy, you loved his game. They're all around the ball there. Luke Smith had a bite at it, but it comes out to the Eastern Footy League. They bomb it up, but as you'd expect, the numbers are back, but it falls beautifully to Scatino. But he's dispossessed and it heads back to a pack. Oh,
Urquhart.
Good fly.
Did they pay the mark there? Oh, no, it looks to be a free.
There was a big pack. I wouldn't have been surprised if someone had got pushed out, and Hayes is the one who gets the free kick and just chips it around the wing. And we head deep. Head up towards the 50. Jamieson mops up. He gets the hand out to Federico, who just kicked it up onto the wing. And the grab by
looks like
Darcy Grace. We should be recognising him by now. He has been superb. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes away with some BOG honours. And we're just playing kick to kick again. Cut off nicely by Caulfield, I think that was.
I think Federico ended up taking the mark.
But it's all being played on the outer side. Haven't really gone inside 50 in this last little patch, just playing between the arcs. And we'll maul it up to centre wing. That is Caulfield. He gets the hands inside. A little bit of run as long. Ball comes inside 50. It's a 1-on-2.
Oh, Wooler.
Wooler with work to do, and he does that work perfectly. Taking the grab, and he'll go back. It'll be a tough kick with that breeze. But he looks like he's going to back himself. To have a... if he kicks this one after the one that he missed, it's a funny old game, isn't it? When you miss from 5 metres out, if you can bang this one home, though. You'd almost say Yarra is home and hosed. He'll come in, gets a nice chunk of it, but it's not going to make the distance. 3 men fly for the Eastern Footy League. If there was someone on the ground who could have mopped it up, because all of the Eastern Footy League flew.
So it looks like Daniel Smith is the one that takes it out from the kick in. The ball comes out the back there. It's paddled forward. He's been clearly held. Was the Eastern Football League player.
And the umpires agreed.
Yeah, the umpires give him the free kick, and a little bit of teasing was the Yarra Junior Football League player, just not allowing him to pick up the ball. It's a big kick, crashing the pack there. Looked to have been Laycock. Instead, it comes out to Mamilovic. Mamilovic goes for goal. And he's just kicked it to the wrong side of the post. It was a lovely left foot, deliberate approach from Mamilovic.
Jeez, this goal umpire should play poker. He doesn't give anything away.
He
doesn't get into it. He just holds on, and then he tells you what the decision is. He doesn't move about too much.
I like it, Tim. Very clever. Lovely call. Oh, Laycock with a great, strong grab. And
He's been good.
He has been good. I haven't minded him up forward. He looks a likely type, can take a mark. But this is his time. He needs to kick the goal. He has to kick this goal if Eastern are any chance at all. He gives himself the best shot. It's a beautiful kick. Will it go the distance? It does. Eastern is still in this match. Don't you worry about that. They cut the deficit to 27 points, and they will go to 3-8-26 to Yarra's 7-11-53. And that's an individual goal there by the forward there, Tim.
Yeah, good work by Laycock, and I liked his urgency as well. He pushed back on the mark and kicked it pretty quickly. He's aware that they need goals quickly if they're gonna get themselves back in this game. And
certainly made no mistake from there, did he?
It was a beautiful kick.
Well, but
in a game that's had plenty of points.
Yeah, by our calculations, the final siren should go at 3:57, so they've got about 8 minutes to kick about 5 goals here. So it's doable by the Lee Matthews law of thumb. A goal a minute can be done. In the meantime, it's Hayes who gets a clever hand pass out there to Kolosh. Kolosh kicks it high and up, and to no one in particular. The contest is eventually won out there by Boyce, who gets a clever punch out there to Dorian. Dorian kicks long and high, and it would have been a goal, but saving the day for the Yarra Junior side. Taking the mark there in the defensive goal square.
Oh, but he could have given it straight back.
Yeah, could have done so indeed. His kick towards Willison was not exactly what he had hoped for, and just a little bit of a casual effort by Ioanu. And Ioanu has kicked it out on the full. It will be coming back by Dylan Feltham. It's Dylan Feltham to the top of the square. A fantastic mark in there by the goal square, and this will be a certain goal. It's the man with the helmet who takes the big mark, and it's Benjamin Mamilovic. Sounds like a name you call out in the World Cup. And Mamilovic goes bang, what a strike, what a goal, and it's 2 in a row for the Eastern Football League. They cut the margin down to 21 points. It's 4-8-32, trailing the Yarra Junior Football League side 7-11-53. And Tim, are the Yarra boys just shaking in their boots a little bit?
Oh, it's been good play by the Eastern Footy League as well. A couple of strong grabs, which we've been struggling to see today. You know, there's been some good marking, but usually turnovers. We've usually seen it go the other way. So
definitely,
they've done well. They've got a couple of quick goals, which is exactly what they needed. But there's still a lot of work to be done. Still trailing by 21 points. But it looks like they might get another chance on that far wing to send it back. Couple of quick handballs, but it eventually gets turned over. Alexander, he ends up with it. Kick forward, umpire calls play on. It's going to go inside 50. That's Summers there. He's been in and out of today's game.
Where's Wooler?
Oh, well, there he was. Had 3 to beat and couldn't do it. Ball hits the deck, and now they're going to switch. They've got to run for him. You've got to start moving.
This is what they have to do, though.
They've got the space.
Oh,
He's been creative. He reads it well, Dorian. And he sends it forward, but they got the numbers back. Boundary line would be their friend, and they can reset.
Not a bad result there for the Eastern side, but love the switch of play. It's what they have to do, and Dorian just read the bounce of the ball. Just knew how that was going to going to turn, and it turned his way. And geez, Eastern are giving it a real crack in this last quarter, aren't they?
They are. A quick goal here would really have Yarra just sort of back on their heels. They've gotten the 2 numbers back. They're really just, you know, trying to defend the lead.
That's exactly
So you just got to go at the throat. If you're the Eastern footy, they're going to bring it into that muddy middle and just kick it long. They're absolutely sent it inside. Ionu, just the kick, and he'll see it over the line.
The 2 number 11s going at it, and Baxter. Oh, Baxter's been given a free kick here.
Deliberate, maybe.
Who knows? I didn't quite see what the umpire had signalled. By the way, Baxter goes long and to the dangerous position, and oh geez, it could have been a free kick to Laycock there. Instead,
he was asking for it.
Yeah, instead Lachlan Jamieson clears the danger, albeit temporarily, and the wall of the Eastern Football League have the numbers here, and it is Smith. Smith who goes bang with the wind. Who can take a mark? There's a host of Yarra football players, and eventually it's cleared by Nadalin. Nadalin goes wide. Disciplined play there by the Yarra defender. Twisting and turning is Nicholas, the man with the helmet, joining Mamilovic, but
I like the thinking, at least, with that ball that just went inside. He didn't just pick it up and blaze away. Yeah, he ended up kicking it long, but his first thought was to lower the eyes. And with the amount of numbers back, they're going to have to try and pinpoint a pass.
Certainly right. Connecting there was Cap and Alexander, and Alexander goes towards Summers, and Summers reads the ball really well against Hayes and takes a clever mark. He hasn't got too many options, but they won't mind him holding it up anyway, just slowing the game down. It's in the Wooler direction. We know how well he can mark the ball. DeRay's at ground level, getting wrapped up in the tackle there by Caldwell and Wooler. And he's not going anywhere, and the umpire will say, give it to me. I'll ball it up. It can't be too much longer here. Eastern really got to get their skates on if they're any chance of winning this game. They do win the ball out, and it's a high kick that goes in the Urquhart direction. He sort of helps it along, but chopping it off there looked to have been, I think it was Jamison, only as far as Felton, and Felton wheels around and kicks towards a teammate here in DeRay. DeRay, once again, does the same thing, goes high and long in the Laycock direction, unable to take the mark there. Doing the dirty work is Alice, who gets wrapped up in the tackle, and again, only goes as far as, this time it's Kalosh. Kalosh has got to be smart about this. Kicks long to a high, or kicks high and long to a pack, and it's called a push in the back. Oh, that's a controversial call. We'd have to see that one again. If we had the benefit of the replay, it would be fantastic. There looked to have been some sort of contact there on Mamilovic. And once again, as you said, Tim, sensing the urgency, Mamilovic will go back and kick the goal. So they keep fighting on to the Eastern Football League. Mamilovic has his second. And the margin is now only 15 points. Can they do it? There's about 2 minutes to go, we think, in this match. So got to get the 3 goals nice and quickly. It's 5-8-38, the Eastern Football League side to Yarra's 7-11-53.
Geez, if you're watching at home on the DVD, they might just be rewinding just to rewatch that to see whether there was a push in the back. But either way, it's been paid and the goal has gone through. Maybe a glimmer of hope for the Eastern Footy League, but only a glimmer.
They have to win it out now, don't they?
They have to get it forward, and they have to do it quickly. And they're going sideways. Important clearance. Alexander's over the ball. Just chewing up the clock. Bounced off. Couldn't get the big penetrating kick. That's Smith. He's been good all day, and they get it inside 50. Here's our man Wooler. He's been superb. And just hold it up. That's all you need. And we will have the ball up inside Yarra's forward 50.
Good tap by Hayes.
Can't be long left. You'd almost start polishing. Well, probably get out the soft drinks because it's under 15s. If you're Yarra, they're going to lock it up inside. Zhang went in for it, but it came out the back. The chase is on. I'm pretty sure that's Dorian. No, sorry. Felton. He goes back in, gets a heavy bump. But it comes out, they throw it back in, Yarra. Off the boot.
Yeah, Caldwell.
Yeah,
just ill-directed kick there.
And now they'll try and rebound. They need to move it quickly, and it's going to come out the back. The race is on, but Alexander came from the scratch marker at the stall gift to overtake his less fancied opponents. And now it's spilt over the line for a boundary throw-in.
So there can't be long left. it's been a gallant display there by Eastern, and well, there's still time, but we don't think it's too much. It's a big fist. It only goes as far as the Yarra Junior Football League side, who bomb it back in. But again, it's a bit of kick to kick here, and our little man Dorian, who's been lively this whole game. He's been fantastic. It's a floating punt out there towards this forward 50 direction. Doesn't go that quite far. Nadalin gets his hands on the ball, tries to squirt out a quick hand pass. It's in the middle here in the mud, getting his knees nice and dirty. There is Rulion. Eventually comes out the way, and it's a one-on-one contest between Federico and Rulion. Instead, Federico won out, and it's come the way of Ellis, who bombs it high and long and eats up a bit more time here. Players going hard at it. Once again, it's Kolosh, who wants his left foot, but denied him of space is Ioanu. And we'd think, being it's 3:58, we'd be well into time on now. It's going to be a tough ask here from the Eastern side.
Yeah, well done, Yarra. When they've been challenged, they've just been great around the contest today in a scrappy old match.
Certainly has been. Urquhart goes alongside Wooler. Urquhart wins the tap, but instead it's the Yarra boys that win the clearance. Holding his trail is Smith. Did he grab him without the ball? The umpire said yes, he did. And you've got to go now, son. You've got to kick it long. It's a smart kick, finds DeRay. DeRay goes back off his mark, quickly plays on, goes high and long. Who can take the mark? Is Laycock? Can Laycock take the mark? Not quite. Comes out into the direction of Bird. Bird snaps for goal and gets the bounce. Fantastic goal by Braden Bird. Again, the Eastern Football League side will not say, they will not die. They won't say never, and it's down to 9 points. It's Eastern Football League 6-8-44. The Yarra side 7-11-53, and it's on for young and old here. This could go any way, but again, it's really time that's ultimately against them, Tim.
Yeah, and the fans, they still believe. There was a big roar going up there by the strong crowd that's come out for the grand final today. Can't be much long left. They've at least given a good account of themselves, Eastern Football League, if they don't get up. But they're going to look for the clearance. Dorian, he led in the chase, but he couldn't get boots the ball. Darcy Grace went in hard there. Urquhart. He gets the boot forward. They're all in the chase. Oh, good contest, but well done. To spin out of that was Manuel. We've loved his game today. And now Jack Alexander, he's really lifted in this final quarter. A bit of dash and a bounce, and there it is. Up and about, Yarra fans, you've won it here. In an absolutely terrific contest. They were brave, the Eastern Footy League. They fought back. They fought and fought and fought. You can't say they didn't give their all into the final siren today, but narrowly in the end, going down 6-8-44. Yarra, the under-15 premiers, with a score of 7-11-53.
And if we go through the goal kickers for both sides, Mamilovic kicked 2, both in that last quarter. Dorian, Bird, Eaton and Laycock all had singles for the Eastern side. For the Yarra Junior Football League, they were all singles to Alexander, Smith, Grace, Manuel, Stoneham, Clayton and our man Toby Wooler. And they just did enough in the early stages of the match to win by 9 points. Final scores, Eastern Football League 6-8-44, defeated by Yarra Junior Football League 7-11-53.
Okay, welcome everyone to the final game of the National Sports Museum Junior Championships for 2014. Fantastic last quarter that produced a close result in the end. The final scores, Yarra Juniors 7-11-53 to the Eastern Football League 6-8-44. I'd like to congratulate the Eastern Footy League on having all 4 teams in the grand finals in the boys division over the last 2 weekends. So it's a fantastic effort and a good reflection on your league, so well done. I'd now like to call on AFL Victoria's Community Football Operations Manager Gerard Ryan to say a few words on behalf of AFL Victoria.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've been privileged over the last 2 Saturdays to see a lot of great junior football, and I think it's fitting as a sign of appreciation from everyone. Congratulations to both teams on today's game. Well done. Thanks also to the umpires in this game representing the Riddle District Football League Umpires Association. it's an important step in the pathway for them also as they move along in their careers. A big thanks to Dandenong Stingrays, who have hosted the last 2 weekends. Their support throughout has been tremendous, and a lot of work has gone in by them to make it a successful grand final series. Thanks also to all the parents who have contributed to ensuring all the boys could get around, the representative programs that are happening across many different leagues and parts of Victoria. It's very important as we start to find ways to improve both our football, but also ways to improve friendships and fellowship within the game. Thanks to the coaches for both teams and the time and effort they've put in, and also a big thanks to the leagues for the effort they put into their representative programs. I think we can now look forward to moving towards final series, but it's been a great opportunity for everybody to participate in this, the first National Sports Museum Metro Junior Championships.
Thank you, Jared. I'd now like to announce the Best On Ground medallion for today, number 5 from the Yarra Junior Football League, Darcy Grace. We also like to acknowledge the umpires today from the Riddle District Football Netball League, field umpires Troy Cusack and Matt Benacki. Boundary umpires Taryn Cataldo and Will Stafford. Goal umpires Rob Rinzavicius and Andrew Crone. And the emergency umpire Jaya Mitchell. Okay, so the runners up today in the Under-15 Division 2 Eastern Football League. We'll just present your runners up medallions. Number 2, Shane Kolosh. Number 3, Kyle Stanthorpe. Number 4, Reese DeRay. Number 5, Jake Rulin. Number 6, Daniel Smith. Number 7, Bailey Sciratino. Number 8, Hayden Boyce. Number 9, Dylan Feltham. Number 10, Riley Nicholas. Number 11, Jacob Baxter. Number 12, Daniel Clark. Number 14, Josiah Duncan. Number 15, Benjamin Mamlovic. Number 16, Stephen Hatsunakulai. Number 17, Braden Bird. Number 18, Jamie Shaw. Number 19, Dylan Knight. Number 20, Nicholas Grammatikos. Number 21, Evan Sarkisian. Number 22, Matthew Eaton. Number 23, Jackson Lowe. Number 24, Jermaine Urquhart. Number 26, Damien Vasilel. Number 27, Joel Laycock. Number 28, Sam Hayes. The captain, Mackenzie Doreen. And I'd like to call on the coach, Aaron Bailey, to say a few words on behalf of the Eastern Football League.
Thanks, Will. First of all, I'd like to thank AFL Victoria for putting on a terrific carnival. It's been a great 4 or 5 weeks, and it's been a terrific event, I think, both weeks. Thank you to the umpires who did an outstanding job today in a really, really good game of footy. To Yarra, the better side today. Unfortunately, we just ran out of time. We nearly got you, but you terrific side. Just in the key moments, you won those, and unfortunately, we just didn't quite have enough at the end. But really well deserved and well done on your victory. To my boys, really proud of your effort. We spoke. It's a tough thing after winning last year to come back and first of all to make the grand final, have a chance of winning it again. We just nearly got there. You've been a fantastic bunch of boys to coach. Really proud of your efforts all the way through. Sometimes in games like that, there has to be a winner and a loser, and unfortunately for us this year, it's us. Last year was Yarra, I think, a point last year, so that's, unfortunately this year was us. So keep your heads up. You've been fantastic in the carnival, and we're all very proud of you. Well done, boys.
Well spoken, Aaron. Okay, now from the premiers of the Under-15 Division 2 Yarra Junior Football League. Number 1, Jack Alexander. Number 2, Jack Hewitt. Number 3, Stefan Fazzolari. Number 4, Luke Smith. Number 5, Darcy Grace. Number 6, Kurt Manuel. Number 7, Alex Capp. Number 8, Alex Federico. Number 9, Mitchell Stoneham. Number 10, Tim Caldwell. Number 11, Michael Ionao. Number 12, Nicholas Valentine. Number 13, Austin Zenos. Number 14, Ted Clayton. Number 15, James Ellis. Number 16, Jay Every. Number 17, Lachlan Jamison. Number 18, Stefan Nadalin. Number 19, Nicholas Caulfield. Number 20, Harry Gabalik. Number 22, Lucas Agnoletto. Number 23, James May. Number 24, Anthony Willison. Number 25, Toby Wooler. And number 26, Lincoln Zhang. The captain of the Yarra Junior Football League, number 21, Lachlan Summers. And I'd like to call on the coach, Michael Wigg, to say a few words on behalf of the Yarra Junior Football League.
I'd like to thank the umpires, the league, everyone that's concerned, Danny on to put on the day today. It was a great day. Eastern did a fantastic job and took it right up to us. We really had to fight tooth and nail right to the end. So great effort from Eastern and all their coaches. To my boys, great effort. We really struggled at times with numbers, and even today we were down a few, but our boys really dug deep and had a great carnival. So terrific effort, and as I said to them before, you can now say you won a grand final, so well done, boys. Quick thank you to everyone that helped me get there, so all our support staff and that sort of thing. Really made my job a lot easier, and from the league, thanks very much. Okay, thank you.
Just stay up here, the captain and the coach. Before I present the Premiership Cup, make sure you don't jump all over the stage, Yarra boys. So I'd now like to present the Premiership Cup to the Yarra Junior Football League. Congratulations, well done. There you go, boys, away you go.